And I'm back with another Front Row Talk podcast, the podcast with expensive opinions. Before I get started, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share this video. Make sure you check the description down below where I have my link for my Instagram and my TikTok. As you can see, this is episode 91. We're 91 episodes in, 9 episodes away from episode 100. Before I get started, uh, happy holidays for everybody. I mean, I'll be posting this still before Christmas and New Year's, but still happy holidays. Got the Christmas tree right behind the camera. Of course, you guys can't see that, but it's kind of my favorite time of the year between like Christmas and New Year's. Um, cause it's like we're inviting a new year, we're with family. I feel like it's good. Good vibes, good spirits, all of that. So yeah, happy holidays for whoever's watching this. Of course, I'm back another week, and I'm gonna give my prediction for the NFL. It's only right, just because there's so much good games going on between today, Sunday, and Monday. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give my predictions. We're gonna see how it is. Before I start, make sure you check the episode 90, last week's episode, where I gave my prediction for the NFL as well, and I also gave like a little recap of what's been going on in the NBA. Alright, to get started, I'm gonna give my predictions for week 16 out of 18. We're 16 weeks in. Clearly, we got 2 more weeks of regular season, and we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. But as I'm recording, you got the Rams and the Saints. They're currently playing each other. It's first quarter, still 0-0. Um, I'll go with the Rams. I think the Rams are gonna beat the Saints, even though the Saints beat the Giants. I think that was last week's game, if I'm not mistaken. But I got the Rams. Then you got the Bengals and the Steelers. That's a good game because the Bengals surprisingly, of course they still got their weapons, but they're pretty good with their backup quarterback. Because of course Joe Burrow had surgery and all of that. And you got the Steelers, so it's a division game for them. Um, I think I got the Bengals beating the Steelers. I think the Bengals will beat the Steelers. Then you got the Bills and the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Bills. Bills proved me very wrong last week. They faced the Cowboys, right? Yeah, I think the Cowboys. I had Cowboys over Bills. Bills beat the Cowboys. So I feel like they finally got where they wanted to be, like in the right headspace, whatever it is. I feel like they're gonna end the season off strong, and that's not a bad thing because they have a 8-6 record. I have them beating the Chargers, so that'll put them at 9-6. It's not, of course, the best record or not one of the best, but it's enough to make it into the playoffs. Of course, depending on the outcomes of a lot of different other games. And then you got Commanders and Jets. I think Jets. Yeah, Jets is out of playoff contention. I don't know about the Commanders though. But I think I'm gonna go with the Commanders this week. I got the Commanders winning. Then you got the Lions and the Vikings. That's gonna be very, very good. I'm gonna go with the Lions though. Let me see the Lions record. The Lions are 10-4. That's a really good record, and the Vikings are 7-7. But I'm gonna go with the Lions beating the Vikings. Moving on to Sunday. I mean, these are already Sunday games, but Sunday, also another Sunday game we got is the Browns and Texans. I think CJ Stroud is gonna come back. It's been a week since his injury. He had a concussion. I think the limit is like about a week, so he might be back against the Browns. Hopefully, he is back against the Browns. If he is, that's gonna be a really good game. Because the Browns have Joe Flacco. They just recently won last week. They beat the who did they beat? I forgot who they beat. Uh, I think the Bears. They beat the Bears, if I'm not mistaken. They beat the Bears. So it's really gonna be interesting. If CJ Stroud plays, I got them beating the Browns. If he doesn't, I got the Browns beating the Texans. It's one of those for me. Then you got the Packers and the Panthers. Panthers, they're like the worst team this year, which is fine. I mean, they got time to figure it out. I got the Packers winning though. Moving on, you got Seahawks and Titans. The Seahawks just beat the Eagles. It was crazy. Really, 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 really crazy. I had the Eagles beating um, the Seahawks, but it was like this stat or like this fun fact, and it was like that in the last seven um matchups between the Eagles and the Seahawks. Seahawks always beat the Eagles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Seahawks won last week. They'll face the Titans. Um, I feel like the Seahawks gonna win again. I think the Seahawks gonna beat the Titans. Then you got Colts and Falcons. I got the Colts, Jaguars and Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. We just finished beating them, as in us. I mean the Ravens. Uh, Let me see what their record is looking like. They're 8-6, so they have the same record as the Bills. Buccaneers have a 7-7 record, so they're even. I think that I mean, funny thing is the Jaguars weren't even playing that bad against us. They weren't playing bad at all. The Ravens were just a better team. And Lamar threw some really tough passes that were caught, and like changed the outcome of the game at a certain point. But I think I got the Jaguars bouncing back and winning this week. Then you got the Cowboys and Dolphins. That's really, 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 really a good game. But if we're gonna go by the narrative or the stat that's out there, Cowboys will win because supposedly Dolphins are really not really bad, but they're not good against good teams. So and Cowboys is a good team, even though that they did lose last week, but they got better defense than Miami. Miami's offense is really good, but I feel like good defense could contain a good offense. In the sport of the NFL, because of course in basketball it's different. But yeah, I think I got Cowboys beating the Dolphins. I think I got the Cowboys over the Dolphins. Then you got Cardinals and Bears. I'm gonna go with the Bears. You got Patriots and Broncos. Patriots been out of contention. Um, I'll go with for the Broncos. I mean, why not? It'll give them a push to make it into the playoff. It'll make them 8-7 if they win. Then you got the Chiefs and the Raiders. I got the Chiefs, no doubt about that. Um, I think the Raiders could still make the playoffs, but if the Chiefs win, they'll be 10-5. It's a good record. You got the Giants and the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think the Eagles will win. And then you got the best game, like the best. Like even Google know what they was doing. I mean, it still is the last game that we'll see throughout all. But listen, the Ravens and the 49ers. Now, to give my opinion on that, got the Ravens and 49ers. Everybody knows I'm a Ravens fan now. I don't gotta say it. I mean, I've been doing this for how much episodes? 16 episodes now, every week. Um, Listen, that's gonna be the best game for the Ravens, the toughest game for the Ravens, because we're facing a lot of people's, a lot of people think 49ers will make the Super Bowl. So we're facing a lot of people's team who, the best team in a lot of people's eyes. People who think that the 49ers not only make the Super Bowl, but will win it. And I mean, I respect it. They're all around team. They're really, really good. They have a good young quarterback, and they have a lot of options. And then their defense, I mean, we don't even got to talk about that. But you got the Ravens, who have a quarterback who I feel like no defense can figure out because he's so versatile. And this year he's having all season highs or like all along. He's staying in the pocket more. Like he's really, I mean, he's top 3 for MVP talks. I would like for Lamar to win MVP, but he already won MVP. So if it has to come between, getting that first week off of the playoffs or getting an MVP, I'll pick that first week. Even though it kind of don't make sense because for him to get that first week off, we have to make sure we win. So that means that he'd have to be on the field. So, but I just want him to. I don't want the MVP to be like the top of the top, and I'm pretty sure that's Lamar's mindset as well. I feel like he wants to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, he doesn't. He's not letting the MVP be his, his chip, I guess you could say. Now it's gonna be a really good game. This game is one of the only games of the season where I'm like 50-50 about. I think I probably said that I have us winning for every other game for the past 15 weeks. That's just the bias in me. I'm a Ravens fan. I mean, it is what it is. Of course, we didn't win all 15 games for the past 15 weeks, but for this game, it's gonna be really tough. I feel like that the first team that goes up by about a touchdown or two, not a touchdown, but at least 2 touchdowns, they got it because both defenses are consistent. And yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I could really pinpoint about. Of course, both teams have good offenses because, I mean, hello, the record says it. But of course, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I got the Ravens winning. I would like the Ravens to win. Um, for the narrative, I mean, it'll show that the Ravens are the real deal. I still think we're the real deal before this game, but of course, this game will give me a better argument against anybody else. Um, Lamar could probably be, closer to our MVP. Our record would get better. And yes, for a lot of different reasons. I need everybody who's an NFL fan and who isn't to tune in. You might become an NFL fan that game. Um, just the tensions are there. I know both teams are like ready for it. And it's on Christmas Day. I mean, I feel like that's the gift that the NFL gave us. Thank you, NFL. But yeah, it's gonna be really tough. I have friends who are 49er fans. I have friends who are Ravens fans. So it's gonna be really interesting. But yeah, and also this is a lot of people's Super Bowl. A lot of people believe that we're gonna have a Ravens and 49ers Super Bowl. I just hope we really have a good game. Not a back and forth. I mean, the back and forth will make it interesting, but of course, just a good game overall. Whatever a good game for you is. And yeah, I mean that's week 16. Week 16 probably has the best game so far. I mean, of course, the game has to play out, and we have to see what happens. But this could be the best game of the season, just because if it lives to its potential or what people think it could be, it'll definitely probably be the game of the season or top 3 games of the season. That's really it. Let me know down in the comments who you think will win for that specific game, and what record your team has. And yeah, I mean that's really it for this podcast episode. This is episode 91. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have one more episode for this year. Yeah, I have one more episode for this year. And then from episode 93 on, it'll be 2024. So let's see what next year holds for me, for you, for the channel. And yeah, just make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share this video. Happy holidays once again. And yeah, your boy Ssalcita is out.